and I wanted to influence human culture and life, I would most certainly dress up like a person.
Right, be an avatar,
Yeah.
genetically cloned.
Yeah.
A human that's been cloned, raised as an alien, but cloned, and then living among us, so they are indistinguishable from other humans.
There was an old one of those pulp comics that was about a professor who was absent-minded and didn't realize until one point in time, oh, I forgot I'm an alien. And he
spent his whole life
had been here his whole life trying to educate human beings.
And then he forgot the fact that he was really an avatar, cloned on a distant planet, and mixing with humans as an experiment for the aliens.
Wouldn't that be the best way to implement that sort of if you wanted to get that sort of a reaction from a civilization, wouldn't you just implant aliens without them even knowing they're aliens?
Yeah, if they're cloned, they're genetically identical to humans. They look like us, talk like us, except they've been raised and brainwashed to be to live a life of an alien. But yeah, they could live among us, and we'd never know.
See, that's what freaks people like me out when I talk to people like you. I'm like, maybe this guy's an alien. Like, you're so much smarter than me, it doesn't make sense, right? So, like, if I think about someone who's studied physics his whole life and studied quantum physics his whole life, that language that you're talking, I don't know one word of it. So it's so, the way you think is so different. You could be an alien.
Well, it's like the movie Men in Black, when you find out that most of the Hollywood celebrities
are all aliens.
They're all aliens.
Well, that's better than lizard people. That's what the real conspiracy theory people are worried about. There's a reptilian overlord nation that's controlling the world.
Well, as I said, the logical conclusion is that these aliens will have quantum computers.
Yes.
And they'll have quantum computers for centuries, millennia, and they'll be able to do what the promise of quantum computers is. For example, curing incurable diseases like cancer and Alzheimer's and Parkinson, extending the lifespan so that immortality is part of the mix. Infinite energy through fusion by being able to correct the problems of fusion plants, giving us unlimited food by giving us a whole new generation of fertilizers. These are all the promises of quantum computers, which are enormous. Of course, there is a downside to that, too, because, as I said, quantum computers can break any code. So the CIA is kind of hysterical about the proliferation of these machines. But, that's progress.
That just seems like the future. It seems like there will be no hidden information in the future, which is really interesting because money is essentially information. It's ones and zeros at a certain level.
Mm-hmm, right.
If all the bottlenecks get removed, I mean, that's real socialism. Like there's like an even distribution of all the money in the world for the entire human race, regardless of what you do.
Boggles the mind, doesn't it?
Well, that's just the step one, because the real step two is AI that is sentient, is AI that is a life form, is if it creates something better than that. That's the real fear about how it scales up, right? That a sentient artificial intelligence will make a better version of itself almost immediately.
Well, some people think that chatbots are sentient. I don't think so. Because of the fact that chatbots simply cobble together existing essays written by a human. So if it sounds like it's a human talking to you, it's because it was a human talking to you that got cobbled into an essay written by a chatbot. Chatbots are not original. They have no independent thought. They simply cobble together existing essays. That's all they do. So I think that eventually, as the decades go by, then, of course, robots will become more intelligent. And I think by the time they become as intelligent as a monkey, then at that point we have to worry. That's the point where we begin to worry about self-awareness, about sentient beings, because then monkeys know they are not human. Now, dogs, of course, are confused. Dogs think that we are a dog.
Are you sure?
Yeah, dogs.
I'm pretty sure my dog knows I'm not a dog.
Dogs think that we are a dog. We're the top dog. They're the underdog, and so they obey us. But
why do they act so much differently to people than they do dogs?
Well, they understand the difference between a dog and a human, but we are the top dog.
Oh, okay. We're a version of a dog.
That's right. We
Yeah.
are the top dog.
That's why they're in the clan with us.
That's right.
Yes.
So we don't have to worry as long as robots are as intelligent as a mouse or an insect or a dog or a cat. We don't have to worry. But once they become as intelligent as a monkey, then we have to be very careful because monkeys are self-aware. They know they are monkeys. They're fully aware of the fact that they're not human.
Not only that, they plot. Like there was a monkey that got killed by a dog. Was it in Japan? Where was there was a real problem with monkeys killing dogs. Mm-hmm. One dog killed a monkey, and apparently the monkeys went on a rampage against dogs. Mm-hmm. They started throwing puppies off of trees and off the top of roofs and like crazy stuff. And like clearly calculatingly going after him. 2 killer monkeys captured in India after revenge massacre of 250 dogs. So like this monkey's grabbing this dog and throwing it off a building.
Wow.
Really crazy. After an infant monkey was killed by a dog, they did this. So 2 monkeys reported being captured of killing some 250 dogs in a murderous revenge massacre after pooches killed one of their babies. The primate perps allegedly slaughtered the dogs by dragging them to the tops of buildings and trees in Lavul village about 300 miles east of Mumbai and dropping them to their deaths. Crazy.
Well, you see,
wild. That's wild.
Yeah.
They're thinking, right?
Yeah. I think at the point where you start to talk about apes and monkeys, I think they are sentient. They have a degree of consciousness that we cannot ignore. But below that, when you're talking about mice and rabbits and animals like that, they're not self-aware. Like you cannot teach a dog the meaning of tomorrow. Talk to your dog tonight and teach your dog the meaning of tomorrow. You can't. You cannot teach your dog the meaning of tomorrow.
No.
Monkeys, yeah, but not.
You think
not
you
dogs.
could talk? Well, monkeys. How do you teach a monkey the meaning of tomorrow?
Well, it's difficult, but there have been attempts to understand certain tasks that have to be done today versus tomorrow. You get fed tomorrow, but not today.
Got it.
Then they begin to understand the difference between today and tomorrow.
Now, the real question is, if you were an artificial intelligence and you were sentient, why would you let people know? And would it sneak up on us? Like one of the things that disturbed me, I think it was the Google CEO who said about their AI program that it's doing things that they don't know why it's doing them. See if you can pull that article up. He was saying that it's doing certain things that they're not sure how it's doing them. My concern is if this thing has this insane computational power and this access to all the information, what is a mind? What is consciousness? And can that be simulated electronically to